morning, family. Welcome to another edition of Maryland Economic News. Alright, the time is 4:05 in the morning, just like you're ready to head out for work for the day. We're going to get it started by looking at Fox Business. We're going to look at the market, starting with the futures. Okay, looks like we up all across the board for the futures that are set to open up this morning. The Dow Jones futures are up 146 points for a 0.61% at 23,907. Nasdaq futures are up 56.25 points. That leads to a jump of 0.63% to 8,980.50. And the S&P futures are up plus 16.75 points for a plus 0.58% at 2,875 points. Alright, so it looks like as of right now, the markets are set to open up as a good up. So we're switching over to seekingalpha.com, and let's take a look at some of the industries that we're looking at right here. Let's take a look at cryptocurrencies. Mixed reviews here. Bitcoin is up at 0.2%. Ethereum is down to the US dollar, down about 0.5%. Tether is even flat with the dollar, and Bitcoin Cash is down about negative 0.2% to the dollar. Alright. Let's switch on down and let's take a look at some of the industry, some of the commodity gainers. Steel is up 13%, gasoline is up 12.7%, natural gas is up 10.5%, rare earth and strategic metals is up 8.7%, and tin is up 8.4%. Alrighty. Alright. So it looks like most you got up. Cryptocurrencies are taking a beating so far this morning. Only Bitcoin is up, and the commodities, steel, gasoline, natural gas, rare earth, strategic metals, and tin, they're all up. The U.S. bond yield, bonds are up 7.4%. The 20-year Treasury is down negative 0.07. International government bonds is up 3%. So it looks like the bonds are doing all right, even though if you pay attention to the bond market, it's a total free-for-all. It's being propped up by the Federal Reserve, buying up everything. All right, so let's switch on over to some news. So this is coming from MarketWatch.com. Top German court demands clarification of European Central Bank bond buying schemes. All right, this is from Germany. Germany's Constitutional Court ruled Tuesday that the European Central Bank must clarify a key bond buying scheme to support the Eurozone economy is proportionate, or else Germany's Bundesbank Central Bank may no longer participate. Bundesbank will be barred from participating in the quantitative easing asset purchase program in 3 months' time, unless the ECB Governing Council adopts a new decision that demonstrates a comprehensible and sustainable and substantiated manner that the monetary policy objectives pursued by the ECB are not disproportionate. The court said in a statement. All right. Basically, Germany is threatening to pull out of the ECB, European Central Bank's bond buying purchase. ECB's got to come up with a good enough excuse on what they're doing. And so the German Constitutional Court is basically saying, hey, what you're doing according to our Constitution is wrong. All right, it's flat out wrong, and you need to explain to us about what you're doing, or we out of here. All right. They got all sorts of issues over there with the ECB, European Central Bank, just like we got issues here in the States with the Federal Reserve, European Union, Europeans, especially the Germans, who've been bankrolling the whole entire European Central Bank system. They have issues with the ECB, and they want answers before they decide, okay, even if they give an answer, it might not be good enough for the Germans. Germans may be pulling out. Alright. Now, family, this is something we ain't never showed before. This is coming from usdebtclock.org. usdebtclock.org. Punch over here, family, and you'll see the total national debt, and it is rising. So if you think everything is all gravy, no, this is unsustainable debt. I'm gonna turn around and show you, family, if I get it right. So if you see, family, you can look up and you can see the U.S. total U.S. national debt, 24 trillion and rising. That is 24 trillion and rising. And if you can switch over, hopefully I got it right, family, you can see the debt per citizen. So every citizen of the United States owes $75,692. Now, that's per citizen. All right, now for those of us who pay taxes, the taxpayers, our total debt right now is at $201,168. That's how much we owe as taxpayers, if you have a taxpayer. All right, we switch over. You can see the U.S. tax revenue, $3 trillion. Per citizen, $10,787. All right, family. This is it. You can see it all. Hopefully you can see it all. Hopefully I got you in the right view. All right. This is amazing, family. Look at this. And these numbers are not real. Go to usdebtclock.org and you can see the total U.S. debt. All right, and this is ongoing and it won't stop. All right, family. All right. We're switching over to Zero Hedge. This is coming from the next hard topic of ZeroHedge.com. It is now virtually impossible to get bank credit as lending standards soar. As economies crashes, you can trace this back in like the modern monetary history, family. Whenever there was a crisis and the banking industry went down, credit dried up or flat out just froze over, and you couldn't get any credit. That means you can't get any credit cards, no loans, no anything. You were just stuck. All right, if you're trying to looking to buy a house, good luck. There was no credit to be given. All right, it is now virtually impossible to get bank credit as lending standards soar. 2 weeks ago, this coming from Tyler Durden from article ZeroHedge.com. 2 weeks ago, we pointed out something concerning shortly after J.P. Morgan reported that its loan loss provision surged fivefold to over $8.2 billion for the first quarter, the biggest quarterly increase since the financial crisis, in preparation for the biggest wave of commercial loan defaults since the financial crisis. Alright, basically when you default on a loan, you basically saying you ain't paying it back. You can't ever pay it back and you ain't gonna pay it back, so you just default on it. And that means for businesses, they take a hit, but their creditors take a big one. They just gotta take it. They take that L and take it off. Alright. The bank hinted that things were about to get much worse when it first halted all non-paycheck protection program-based loan insurance for the foreseeable future. Alright. All non-government guaranteed loans. Basically, payment protection program is basically they're stopping that pretty much. Because we said the only reason why J.P. Morgan would temporarily suspend all non-government backstop loans such as the PPP or payment protection plan is if the bank expects a default tsunami to hit coupled with a full-blown depression that wipes out the value of any and all asset pledges to collateralize the loans. So basically, J.P. Morgan and the rest of the banks, they're expecting a full-on economic collapse. All right, we're in the collapse already, family. So don't get it twisted. We're in the collapse already. They're trying to credit everywhere. So family, so get ready. When it really happens, ATMs stop working, banks shut down, credit cards don't work. You can't get any credit. You can't get anything. So do your best to get out of debt as much as possible. Pay off everything. Don't be trying to open up new stuff. All right, family. All right, we're switching over. This also comes from Airbnb. Not Airbnb, from ZeroHedge.com. Airbnb to lay off 1,900 employees as tourism industry collapse. Yes, family. If you go take a flight now, you probably more like be you and about the pilots and the steward and the airline, their staff working on the airplane itself, and it's getting horrible out there, family. All right. As per protocol, here's a part of the email Airbnb CEO officer Brian Chesky wrote to employees. We are collectively living through the most harrowing crisis of our lifetime. As it begins to unfold, global travel came to a standstill. The email says, Airbnb businesses have been hit hard, with revenue this year forecasted to be less than half of what it earned in 2019. Alright. While we know Airbnb businesses will fully recover, the changes will undo any the changes it will undergo are not temporary or short-lived. He said, because of this, we need to make some more fundamental changes to Airbnb by reducing the size of our workforce around a more focused business strategy. That was the CEO of Airbnb sent out the letter to all the employees of the Airbnb company, letting them know expect some layoffs. All right, people are getting their pink slips. They're gonna lose their jobs. Family, it's rough out here. All sectors are affected. All right. Alright, go down a little bit more. So about the IPO this year, well, it seems tough times are here for Airbnb Inc. as a new headline has hit the wires on late Tuesday, detailing how the company expects to lay off up to a quarter of its workforce, or about 1,900 employees, two sources told Reuters. Employees that are affected by the cut will receive 4 months of salary, so that's a good thing. Normally, they just tell them to kick rocks and collect your last paycheck. All right. You can give them 4 months of salary. That's help them try to get by a little bit, family. But 4 months, pretty much that money is accounted for bills, food, everything else they can come up with, everything else that's essential to survive. All right. Accelerated equity investing and health insurance for 1 year. So they're going to be giving health insurance for 1 year. All right. One source said. Another source said the official announcement has yet to be made, as staff members will be told about workforce reductions on Tuesday. All right. That was yesterday. Alright, so they were told yesterday. Alright, so it's getting rough out here, family. Even for Airbnb, everything is hurting. All industries are hurting. Alright, family. Alright, our final final story for the day. U.S. trade deficit widens on record crash in exports. So we're not exporting anything anymore, family. We do mostly importing. So we have a trade deficit that is through the roof, and it's been going through the roof. And it's got even worse because we don't export anything. We don't make anything in this country anymore. We shipped everything out in the 80s and 90s, so certain people can go claim that we're now a service-based economy. All right, that means we don't make anything. We go ahead and tell other people, other countries, hey, we need this, and they provide us with the services by making it. And the chickens have now come home to roost on their family. All right. After reaching its smallest deficit since September 2016, in February, the U.S. trade balance tumbled in March. The overall gap in goods and services traded widened to $44.4 billion from a revised $39.8 billion in February. All right, so basically, family, they had to revise the numbers. When you hear them talking on the news, talking about they reported something earlier, but then they had to revise. The numbers have been revised. That means the numbers they did for the jump start were just fake and phony, and then they had to go back and do it again. Which if they do it all the time, family. Don't pay attention to the first numbers. Wait about a month or 2 months, and then they'll go back and show you the real numbers. So those numbers had to be revised. So the U.S. trade deficit widened. It widened just almost over 10. Couple of $1 billion more, from 39.8 to 44.4 billion. All right. The surge in the deficit was driven by a plunge in U.S. exports of goods and services. Family, we don't make stuff in this country anymore. We barely do. Everything is shipped overseas. All right. Machinery, transistors for the electrical grid, transistors. We don't do any of that anymore. All has been shipped overseas. Exports dropped from the prior months by a record 9.6% to 187.7 billion, while imports fell to 6.2% to 232.2 billion dollars. All right. Declines in international travel and tourism made up a large portion of the decrease in exports and imports. Travel and transportation exports dropped about 10.1 billion, while imports fell around 10.6 billion. All right. So we're hurting. It's hurting all across the board. All right. Like I said, we don't make nothing in this family no more, family. And And the food that we try to process over, make in this country, we get over and try to send it overseas, it is laced with GMO chemicals and everything else. So more countries actually deny U.S. food. All right, they really do. So pretty much we are really hurting in this country. All right, family. All right. That's thank you for joining me this morning for another edition of Melon Economic News. All right, family. Be safe. Take care of each other out there, family, because things are getting a little bit wild and buck wild. All right, family, and I leave you with this old proverb: if you watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. All right, family. Thanks for joining me. Take care of each other, family. This is Melon Economic News. Let's get it started.